I can't win, I can't reign, I will never win this game without you, without you, without you, without you, without you. I am lost, I am vain, I will never be the same without you, without you, without you, without you.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves Kevon and Amali, and with Azim on the ones and 96s. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And it is Thursday. What is Thursday? Don't know. Oh yes. Well, we could call it Grind Our Gears Thursday, I guess. Ain't catchy.
Is there a word that means I will set that stands for the tea?
Troubled. Here comes the thesaurus.
I'll research it.
Here comes the thesaurus. The thesaurus. Upset. We're gonna look it up so we can find a word for a T word. Thrashing Thursday. Trouncing. Trouncing Thursday.
Thrashing. I'm at the business person.
Yeah, that's the only one I saw immediately. I'm pretty sure there's more though.
There have more. Even if it's a colloquial term that it isn't really a word, we'll find it.
We'll find it.
I'll have there's more.
Yes, we'll have an English quiz.
She will know. She gets four off the top. What do you mean?
Easy things, and she just spit them out, and then easy things.
Because
Oh boy, but it is Thursday. And Thursday means that we have to grind our gears early in the morning, which is the nation's favorite segment to ever give birth on live radio.
Yeah, start off my Thursday with a rush of cortisol.
It's good for the skin.
Is it? Ain't good for nothing else.
It is good for the skin.
You'll be surprised, you know, you got a friend that push up paracetamol and snort them.
Yeah, normal.
What you
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So this a real person?
No, but
Yeah, man.
just
Regular buy.
bro.
The man said, bro.
You know how,
Well, I know people that actually do that,
dude,
but
You want a
dude,
paracetamol buy?
come on, you're gonna let Amali fool you with that. I have a friend. Really?
we all know every time
I
Amali
know
say.
who it is.
We all know whenever he say,
know
I have
who
a
it
friend, he
is.
mean me.
Unfortunately.
I have a friend means just
Oh,
replace
boy.
whenever you hear I have a friend, just replace it with me.
Anybody,
He's not
Or
talking
I.
about it. Well, I
Anybody-
don't know if he's talking about him as well.
anybody,
But I
anybody
know
is
this
listening.
particular person.
Yeah, no, say them, you know, because anybody who knows me knows that I'm very open about my drug habits
That's true.
and my vices.
I agree.
So you're going to admit it now?
Admit one.
Okay.
I was talking about me just now. I wasn't.
No, I believe Amali, man. You know, Amali would quickly say he just go through like 7 bottles or so.
Yeah, regular.
One.
No,
They
yeah,
keep me
yeah.
leveled.
Yeah. Take the edge off.
Take the edge off, yo. When I'm home, I just want to check out, I just snort force out parts at all.
So if you are ever out with Amali and you see one eye wandering on its own
And the other eye unfocused.
and the other eye focused on something else,
It is not a stroke.
it is not a stroke.
It's just happiness.
Okay. I call it euphoria.
But it's
Well, we shouldn't talk about
I
it.
beg I don't study this here.
no. We're talking about not doing drugs actually.
Oh, good, because, lawyers. I don't want them calling like... yeah,
Lawyers do the most
Like
drugs.
they normally do.
Dude.
What? Me coming to y'all in a safe space that we have a drug problem
You understand?
Wait,
is
that's
going
what
for a
you did?
lawsuit?
That's
You
what you did
understand?
just
You
now?
understand?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, because I'm like,
So, actually, before we start going in gears, I saw a post about the youth parliament.
I saw a piece of it actually, a piece of the recording.
I didn't see the recording, but somebody, like a third party, not involved in the youth parliament, I saw a post about it and they said that it was actually really good and they were, recommended the youth parliamentarians, and I can't wait to get updates from them. To
Love
see
it.
How it went.
Love it.
Because that mock bill that they were passing
I watched some of the debate,
was necessary.
and the points that were being made were very sound arguments indeed. It was
Well, I mean, I feel like that's
What was the outcome?
no, the bill
This was
passed
the first
safely.
read, isn't it?
Yeah,
Was
but
it-
it passed safely through the halls. I think they did the full thing.
Or they did the full thing.
Yeah.
So it passed, okay.
Awesome stuff.
They're practicing for their future.
Practicing for the future.
Then again, there ain't term limits for the Prime
So
Minister,
that
so
they
it
said they
don't
will
pass.
not be like president.
They're practicing for their standby future.
That day they ever passed? I know the first time it failed.
It failed.
What?
I don't think
They,
it.
they took it back again.
No.
What's this?
Term
limits.
limits for the PM.
Oh.
In the real parliament.
You mean what I said it should be
But-
necessary?
I do believe that was also argued prior by the youth parliament as well.
I think term limits should happen.
Actually, yes, it was. I was involved in that sitting. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was one of the things we discussed.
Okay.
I think how many pickings are you not a part of? I think the list is shorter.
I think Azim is like thing, like what he named by the fellow who don't age. One of them super
Pharrell?
heroes deal. No, Wolverine. Wolverine 200 years old, yeah?
He wasn't more than that.
No,
No, he was
old.
200, I think
He was like old.
No, he was 100 and something.
He was like 140.
He was 100 and something because
Google
because
it.
he fought in World War One
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I know he fought in some wars.
in 1942. That was
You know
World
what I
War One, right?
realized? I don't think anything bothered y'all this week. This was a good week.
You're
Oh,
crazy.
100. So Wolverine is 137.
Yeah, see there? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, me so young.
But it's time. You know what time it is?
But the one thing that I
Not
want to
tea
speak
time.
about against my girls is so contentious. A word contentious?
Yes.
Well, let me say
And
mine
so,
quick
and so
because
controversial.
Yours is shorter.
yeah, mine is a short. Mine is just a quick rant.
Amali, I'm gonna take the whole session.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's go with yours
I
first.
probably can't send home though.
Nice,
Oh, boy,
nice.
here
I
we
like
go.
these. I like
Hopefully.
these. Now I kind of want to bench mine. No, but just quickly, it really grinds my gears when I go to local establishments.
That grinds my gears too.
Yeah,
Go to local
full stop.
Wait, that's the end of it.
That's it. No. But there are a few things that get under my skin generally. But this morning I specifically want to speak about the fact that you go to some of these restaurants. Wow.
It comes like everybody know. But
Everybody
what-
No. But I think what happened is that there's several things that go in the,
Yes,
the gears
in
about what
that
I'm
realm.
saying. So
Telling somebody
yeah.
to go
About
to a local
restaurants?
restaurant? Okay.
No, but this is very small, but it gets to me. Why is it that I have to go and be offered one option in terms of what type of water I could get, and it's not a local option? Like I hate when I go to like a place and it's like only Dasani.
That's him.
Like it does really get to
I
me.
actually tell him I don't want water anymore. I refuse it.
Yeah, like
Me drinking the fountain water.
it
Only if
gets
it's San Pellegrino.
to me. Like I don't have a problem if you sell Dasani,
This conversation ain't for you.
but
The sparkling, being on a sparkling local option. So
We need one. That grinds my gears. We need a sparkling local option. Carry on, Adam.
watch your Island Purified under that then next week.
They're better. They need to.
Nobody.
Hurry up.
And if you're innovative, he's still gonna do it. Nelson Springs in Nevis.
Oh, Nelson Springs water.
Yes.
it's nice.
But the bottle is amazing.
Watch
Bottle
it
is-
and watch it and think about that rainforest water. The rainforest ain't bad either.
It's okay.
Yeah, but Nelson Springs.
And then to add insult
Always
to
been
injury,
like that, eh?
they design a bottle make out the paper. Yeah.
Yo.
He can't even stand up and table. Yeah.
Watch
You know
here.
how frustrating-
Just trying to open
Oh
the
my
bottle.
You got to spill the water.
Half
down
of it,
there.
half of it
Half
throw
of
away.
it on the floor.
You know what I said? Dasani water is? Dasani water is fed water. You know why? Because when you're in a
You get
fed,
drunk, you ain't care.
you can't focus. You're just thirsty. You don't care how much throw away, and then you have to squeeze the bottle to get a good grip.
To open
the
it.
cap, and then by the time you open it, half your water throw away.
Oh, so it just like add to the whole wet fed kind
Yeah,
of vibe.
you just you're just in that
So
don't
Dasani needs to
care.
fix their bottles one
Mm.
because that
Time and place.
it is ridiculous. That bottle is ridiculous.
The sign is for inside inception.
Mm.
Half a trade ton, and in the beginning we drink LP because we feel sober.
Yeah, and that's the thing is fed water because it's not dangerous. If you fling a island purified.
Yeah,
That
You know.
wasn't
you're getting a bus face, yeah.
If you fling a island purified, there's a chance of getting injured, especially if that cap catch you. You fling a Dasani, you ain't even feel it.
It's like
feel it
you
hit
just head a ball in the net. Goal. Too easy.
Not soft for real, but like,
Yeah, but I like come on. I don't understand.
I understand.
I mean, I don't understand.
And I know why.
I mean, I know why as well. I don't
Okay,
understand.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
well, help us understand and know why. Because y'all just saying y'all.
Because the sign, I feel the
Yeah.
people in better places.
Yeah,
Hands down.
it's cheaper.
Yeah.
When you got the sign, when you go to the Coke company right to do an event and you're buying drinks, them is I want some water.
That
Them
is
get
the point.
them get a pallet of water in the house.
Yeah.
That is a
So
fact.
you ain't gonna buy water, man, go buy nothing.
That is a fact.
Yeah, that's and that's excellent marketing. Look,
But it's
see how
economies of
quick-
scale. You
Yeah.
understand the economies of scale? They are huge, multinational,
Not just that, water
multi-billion
costs
dollar.
money
Right,
to begin with.
right. What thing costs the money?
The most expensive part of a bottle of water is the bottle.
The bottle.
Mm.
And the bottle only costing them like 20 something cents.
Yep. But again,
The profit
economies.
margin on water is astronomical. Like,
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah. Water is liquid gold.
Liquid gold.
Water is liquid
And
gold.
that's how they just make it even more golden by reducing the plastic by half.
But
And
not
you know,
only
I
that.
love
But
it.
not
I
only
love-
that. Have you guys seen like the test of the sunny water? Like, yeah, is ever like,
No.
yeah, just
You're talking about the pH test?
the pH test. Yeah, and the minerals.
I've seen videos, but I can't recall what the outcome was.
Yeah, take a look at it though.
I think I tested 7 different waters from around the world.
But then the
Let's take a look at
Dasani here is not the same as the one they probably tested.
Yeah, because it says battle in wherever. You think battle? Where you battle? Trinidad?
Probably.
You know.
Because it seems,
But
it
anyway,
seems
LMP water
regional.
bottle?
In Ireland purified.
Down the street.
Alright then, in the way in the gut.
Right, in the gut and down Newton ground.
And down Newton.
Yeah.
But
So-
hey, so that grinds our gears. That is why you just go for sparkling water.
Local
Call it a day.
options, please, people. Local options. That's all
But-
we're asking for.
It is now time to dive deep into the gears. Amali?
No, but I ain't gonna last.
No, that's it.
But that's
Because my conversation gonna take up.
No, let's go.
That's
I
what
have
it is.
I have gears to grind, but the minor.
Yeah, mine too.
I was
Mine-
let me first for
Go ahead,
2 minutes.
for sure.
Okay, so what grinds my gears is when I walk into an establishment, a food establishment, and I have to beg for service.
Yes.
It
yes.
grinds my gears when I
Okay, when I
walk
walk back
into. Yeah,
It means
I would
I'm
walk
bad
in. I would walk
does
back out.
leave.
But
Yeah, me,
if
I'm
I,
hungry
for
again.
example,
I
if
just
I
look
walk
For whatever
into,
you're selling
I just
again.
won't come back.
for example, if I walk into your establishment and I have to, be like, hello, and then you watch me, the first thing you say is, I come in. Back out the door. There's ways to, if you are the only person in there and you're behind the stove, you could just say, hi, welcome to
Give me a few minutes.
Chicken Van. Give me a few minutes and I'll be right with you.
Yeah, we're short staffed today, so please be with us.
That's all. But don't, I come in. And then what
And
also
then,
grinds
and
my
then, and then
gears.
Stroops and Huff and Puff after.
What also grinds my gears is when I approach the counter. Now let me, I'm not one of those stiff. Me ain't that old yet, to the point I'm not miserable. But
We're saying about Manny.
no, but so we all use phones. Even the older generation, phones are now glued to their hands too.
But this time, what's up, boy?
So, I'm not a stiffler when
What
it comes
about
to people using their phones while at work. But my thing is, be aware of what's happening. What grinds my gears as well is if you are behind your register or the counter or whatever it is, and your phone, and I walk up to you, and you ain't even watched me once.
Coming to the quarters, man.
Like,
Boy, I got an event next week.
do you use your phone in a
We're
place?
losing the government till after the 5th.
Like, use your phone in a place where I don't have to see it.
Morning, Brandy.
But it's yeah. Don't make me come in. You have to beg for service, and then they come. Good afternoon, and I'm like, what do you guys order? See the menu there. Tell me now. We offer burgers, and we have some. We have burgers. We have wraps. We have. What are you interested in today? Or if you want, you can take a look at our menu for.
You know what's that now? When they don't even say anything at all. Like, miss,
Yeah.
what we all offering today, and they'll do so.
Yeah. Tell me what you're offering today. We have burgers, wraps, whatever. But if you want to look at the full menu, the menu is right behind me on the board.
But even worse than them two things combined, when you walk into the establishment and the way they address you is just by pointing their head on you instead of saying anything. So you walk in and the man do so like.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching you. Is you watching? What happened? Wait.
And he is nothing. I'm like,
And you know what frustrates me is the fact that they can do it, They can do it. Because when the Ross students and the tourists pull up to order food, totally different interaction. They can do it.
Okay.
Why
Hold
come
on.
in
You
the
see what you
place
just said here? That is the reason there's a particular food establishment here that I don't go to for that same reason. I would have gone there. The service was ridiculous, right? Until a few students came. And the whole demeanor, everything
They
changed.
perk right up.
Everything changed, bro.
Hello, welcome to Chicken Van.
I said, okay, no problem. Like, cool, whatever.
that's something what happened, isn't it? A chicken van.
I like,
I like chicken, so that's the first thing that come to mind.
I'm gonna do it.
and then
We.
on top of that, I decided to go back there a few weeks later, only for the exact same thing to happen again.
Wow.
Some students have like, this is what I actually paid the money, and left the food and just never went back.
Wow.
I've never been back.
And my thing is, I'm not asking you for the spruced up standard English version. I'm fine with you being as Kittitian as possible, but you can do the same thing in
It's
with
pleasant,
the
just be
same
pleasant
pleasantness.
and welcoming. Pleasant and welcoming.
Too hard for them.
It's so frustrating.
There's this restaurant in the US where you go for bad treatment. Like
I know it.
They literally
You
just
serious?
Yes.
like they go in and just cuss you like, what you
Yeah,
want?
they
Like,
will-
and
they
then
will-
they'll cuss you your haircut. Like
Oh wow.
But that's-
taste
but-
of home.
Right. So if
Yeah.
you order, it's like for example, if you order a burger, they say another one. You don't look like you need it. Like they'll insult you.
they're like this and so
Like
like
they'll insult you. But
Yeah.
that's why they are popular because
that's that's the way
That
it
sounds
a
so much
thing.
fun.
it is a lot of fun actually.
Amali, that's your type of.
Like I'm using them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
and then
tomorrow.
there's another one. There's another one that recently blew up on social media where at the end of the staff of the establishment they
Servant
integrate
staff, yeah.
they integrate the word the female dog word into all of the interactions,
Yeah.
and that's how they interact with you.
Oh, nice.
Mm. Sometimes you just need a little degrading.
A
You know
little
what I mean?
roughing up,
Yeah, a little rough up. Yeah.
Well, we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Something that grind my gears. Two traffic issues, actually. Or traffic type issues. Like if you're approaching the traffic light and say it's yellow, you might say Amory Bakery and you're going down towards Gallen Street and it's yellow. And the car behind starts blowing you up as if to say, but hurry, you into the light kind of thing.
yeah.
That kind of grind my gears because it ain't a signal to speed up, really. And he behind blowing and like he angry.
You don't want to beat it, yeah.
Yeah, beat the line. The other thing is you're on the FD highway, and say the biggest bulldozer you ever see, hugging the road. If it pulls slightly to the left, you know, the oncoming traffic or the traffic behind him could pass. That's if no pedestrians passing, that's of course. And he hugging the road and this long line of cars.
Yeah.
Taking the time not to go. Those two things really drive me yesterday.
All right, so.
All right.
I think we all share that in common. We grind our gears as
On
well.
the flip side,
I slow down for the more.
I actually have seen, you know, truck drivers and tractor drivers on the bypass or driving on the shoulder to avoid obstructing traffic.
Yeah, I've
They
seen
drive
that.
on the shoulder
The
to
tractor
make-
drivers do that pretty often.
And I
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
So
Yes.
do I, to give you
Yes.
more space
The
to
man just
overtake
pull over on the side
safely.
and drive on the shoulder for the whole highway.
And the man just go. The man is goody.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate too is, like, you know, in the areas, like, for example, the Frigibay Road, like right after you get to ECCB, it's not very conducive to overtaking because it's hilly, you know, there's a lot of corners and things you can't see until you hit that stretch. The tractor drivers or truck drivers will assist you in overtaking. Like, you know, they'll tell you when it's safe to overtake, when it's
Yeah,
not.
got a goosey, got a high.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll tell you wait. They'll put their hand out and say wait, and then as soon as you get the clear, you know, they'll wave to you and tell you, all right, let's go. But, you know, still going to my case.
Drivers with a heart of gold.
Courtesy.
Courtesy. It's lovely. JD, your turn.
I think only one thing bothers me.
This week.
Yeah.
Cause Jay had up a hype
Yeah.
a couple days last week.
I got it off my chest. They still
She
has
was
not
swear
been-
and all. That wasn't this week though.
This
No,
week,
that
no?
was,
That was Monday.
No, that was-
Tuesday.
I was up-
last week further.
I was upset about something on Monday too, but that was different. You know what annoys me? You see how people often call institutions and complain about how ill-mannered people picking up the phone are by not saying good morning or good afternoon or, you know, greeting them pleasantly. What grinds my gear is people calling establishments, and when you greet them a certain way,
Goodness, off the top of the bat.
yes,
Off the bat, sorry. Jeez, what am I saying? Top of the bat. Jeez.
like if
Doing
I
drugs.
answer the phone and say good morning, wherever the establishment is, and you go, yeah, I want to talk to Ting. Who you speaking to? You call your house phone?
Calm down, young man.
You didn't call your house phone. You didn't call your friend's phone.
The saddest part about that is,
You do it?
no, the
Oh.
saddest part about that is that a lot of the people, like, that's what happens. That's the one gear, you know. You can't even go out the gear because it's one gear.
That has zero to do with me.
No. I agree with you. I
Oh.
agree with you that it's very annoying and ridiculous.
Yeah, because if I answer the phone, hello, what happened? From a business, you would want to know if you going off, like who you call.
Yeah.
So why do you call people and give them that energy, then complain when they
It's the only energy they got, and they need to fix it.
quickly?
But yeah, and there are people who feel a certain level of entitlement because they are the customer as well,
Sometimes they need
and
a
they're going
customer.
that wave by.
Sometimes they
I
need the customer.
don't
They just-
care.
They just call in to see if you could pick up my child for me and I'm gonna give you.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but caller, welcome. Caller, welcome.
Good day.
Hi.
I think the issues on customer service that you guys just raised with all of us, and for some workers, it's the perception that a particular color or class of customers tip more or expect and demand more service. And that, I think, is what's responsible for the differential in treatment. It has become both a cultural issue and a training one. In some cultures, in Japan, for instance, you get great customer service, but tipping is neither allowed or expected. They will return tips. Right? So it's a training issue because, yeah, it would be nice if they tip you for coming to the restaurant, right? But if the employees become persuaded that not only their jobs but their earnings are impacted by the kind of service they give, I think they would perform better. And you notice it always seems to be at the front end. As you go higher up in management and supervision, you don't get the same kind of treatment. Okay? So it is, I think we have to develop a culture of service. I think good customer service. I think that is what is really needed.
People have been trying for years, boy.
Yeah.
People like no meals and who have whole seminars.
Yeah, and that is why it's part cultural, right? When it's cultural, it's very difficult to overcome that with just training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
All right, thank you, sir.
Amali?
Amali,
Afraid.
it is your time. It is
Run
time.
it.
Ease into it. Let me see if I can stop you before you reach to the
No, run it. Just full steam.
Don't let God
It is.
see-
What grinds my gears is in relation to the whole lot. It is so uncomfortable, and now I'm uncomfortable. That's so dangerous it is. But I'll try to express myself as clearly as possible and hope that the people understand what I'm saying. And if not, they can call and ask a question and don't call and abuse, so I can clarify. What grinds my gears is in relation to the whole. We spoke about it yesterday. The whole issue of victim blaming, and not just as it relates to sexual assault, but in anything. Because what I find is that we're very comfortable victim blaming for everything else except sexual assault. Even as kids, we go to school and we forget the pencil case, and with this and somebody thief it, you get licks. When you're actually the victim of the crime. Somebody breaking their house, we spoke about it a few years ago as well. The police come and ask you why you leave your door unlocked.
Yep.
Lock your doors, lock your windows. Thief up and down the place. Like why you living so irresponsibly? And they would come out and say it's your fault. You get robbed, but
Yeah, you get the blame.
You could understand.
eventually there's some accountability that you have to take. Right? And I feel it is the same with sexual assault. There is some people have to be held accountable for their actions to a certain extent. I'm not saying we should go on telling girls, is your fault that you get raped or is your fault you took the bomb or thing and that. But, and I'm talking from personal experience as well. When I was in Canada, I had female friends who would go and we go to the club, go to the bar, and they get blackout drunk and they message me the next day and say, Amali, oh my gosh, what happened last night? I said, well, last night was a good night, That's what we do after. And then she would say, and this is multiple women,
Yeah.
And then they would say, boy, I got blackout and I woke up in this guy's bed, I have no idea who he is, blah, blah, blah. And then they would do it again the following weekend.
Again.
And again, and again, and again, and again. Until they fall into the hands of some man who has a sick mind and will do something to them that is unspeakable, and then she's a victim. And we aren't allowed to say, well,
perhaps your actions could have contributed to the outcome.
Could have contributed. Because the reality of the situation is there are sick people on the street. And we can't get around that. So to try to instill this thing in girls especially, that
you should be allowed to behave
however you want to, without repercussion, is extremely irresponsible to be telling girls. And boys as well, to an extent, depending on the situation. But it's extremely. I came from a campus where that was the narrative.
It's dangerous.
Just because I'm not wearing it doesn't mean I'm asking for it.
Right.
I think that is absolutely ridiculous. It is a correct statement, but it gives the wrong kind of impression in young women. Yes.
It absolves the individual of any responsibility in the situation.
Exactly. You're telling young girls, I can wear a thong and walk down a street that is known to be a street filled with sickos, and if somebody do me something,
I have no part to do with it.
I have nothing to do with that. And they should be arrested because they are sick. And that is an irresponsible narrative to be teaching our young girls. It's a responsible narrative to be teaching anybody that they shouldn't accept any responsibility because somebody's committed a crime against them. We need to protect ourselves. Not just girls, but boys too. And adults. Lock your windows and doors. Right? Even the kids. When you're leaving your school in the afternoon, check to make sure you have everything in your bag.
Right.
Because in those situations, we are held accountable. If you go home and tell your mother, mommy, your mother said, as in your school bag, you say, I can't find it. Back and slap, you can't find it. I left it there. Where you left it there? Where you left it there for?
Amali, could you refrain? You're bringing up some traumas.
I'm sorry.
Trigger me.
I'm sorry. Miss Bailey used to beat you for losing your bag.
Scuff.
Scuff you?
Yeah, never get back and slap.
You check what I'm saying? But people people are expected to take some sort of a responsibility in every other aspect of life except when as it relates to
Yeah, but
sexual
Amali,
assault.
this is the problem is that we have changed the conversation. The conversation has changed. So what happens is when because the issue of victim blaming a lot of time isn't actually victim blaming. That's just a term that has come up.
Right.
Because
Exactly.
right. And so what
Exactly,
happens
yeah.
is when you acknowledge the fact that we all have certain responsibilities, right? It comes like people take it as like you're blaming them for what happened. No, we're not blaming you for
We're
what
not blaming you
happened.
for what happened.
No, but we have to acknowledge the fact that we all have certain responsibilities, not only to ourselves but to those around us, right? Like for instance, it's the same thing like you say. If my parents allow me and my brother to go out when we were younger and they say, well, look out for your brother. Let's say we go to like a mafia or something.
Right. Yeah.
Let's go to a mafia, like we go to a mafia or something, and something happened to my brother.
Your fault.
Is me getting all the blame?
Yeah.
Are you getting all the blame?
Yeah.
As simple as if he wanted something to drink and didn't have any money and couldn't find me. Because he went up and down with the friends and then he ain't nowhere be. That's my fault there. But it instilled a sense of responsibility in me to make sure my brother good.
Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from? Like,
Yeah.
so,
I mean, saying that we need to police our women that are how to dress, I am totally against that. As we've discussed many times here before,
yes, sir.
right? Just so you want, but just understand. Just understand that there are dangerous people lurking the streets, and take precautions. That's all we're saying.
But I think also one way to look at it is that we have to be mindful of our surroundings. We have to be mindful of the culture of the places that we go. We have to be mindful of these things. It's just like when I travel to certain countries, I have to be mindful of the culture.
Right.
When I go to the Middle East, and so I have to be mindful to not extend my right hand to some people. My polygon on me.
Yeah.
Because that's utter disrespect.
Yeah.
Right? So if I get a gun butt over there, like I say, well, I should be able to just extend my hand because that's what we do where I come from. No, like I have a responsibility to understand the surroundings in which I'm operating.
Yeah. And that goes, I mean, and especially for young ladies, I mean, it is worse for them, obviously, because, you know, obviously. But even something as simple as, you know, young ladies going out by themselves and ain't gonna wait to go home and ain't even think about how they're going home.
Bro, I can't understand that there. But anyway.
Like most of us guys are nice guys, but there are a sprinkle of rapists on the street. So be careful, please. That's all we're saying. We have a caller. Caller, welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen and lady.
Morning.
I do agree with the Tom. We must all be reminded that more privilege that we have, greater become our responsibility. So never underestimate the privilege and forget the privilege of the fun of the privilege that gives you. But remember, we are still responsible. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Short and sweet, Brian. Under 10 seconds.
Yeah, but Amali, I think what happens too is that it's a very difficult conversation to have with a victim at the time which they're presently dealing with the trauma of whatever happened.
Of course.
Right? And so
Time and place.
Yeah,
That ain't the time to bring up that.
no, but what I'm saying is generally what happens is because you're in that position, you become defensive. And people who care about you become defensive. And people who care about a particular situation become defensive.
Say that the worst people talk to about this is people who feel strongly about it.
Right. And so
Like, they ain't got to be a victim.
right. So in
How you can say that?
right.
Yeah,
So-
I think people don't listen. They just
Respond.
So if you take in everything and then process it, you would be able to form a better understanding of what you're saying. Because when I was listening first, I was like, where are you going with this? But then I listened, and I do understand that. Yeah.
She was ready to jump down your throat. That's basically what she said.
No, I wasn't.
I
But
mean,
you
things,
know,
man.
She was ready, but then she didn't because she listened.
She was prepared to.
yeah, just in case I was. But yeah, it's we do have to be more mindful of ourselves and situations we put ourselves in. Sometimes I think it comes with age, but sometimes like we can't wait till we get older to start thinking about certain things.
Yeah, boy. And that's something my father instilled in me long. Even as a boy, when I was younger and I tell my parents I want to go somewhere, my father would not let me leave the house until I gave him a plan on how I get home.
Right.
Legit, as a man,
You have a plan?
how you getting home?
Who you going with?
He didn't say care about home.
Oh, minded though. Who you going with?
Wait, my parents know who I always going with.
Yeah,
So after a while, I
but
start
still.
asking.
Right,
Well,
right,
yeah,
right.
but still.
But
Still
he
have to
needs
know.
to know, because he coming for me.
Right.
And he know that he ain't answering the phone to him for me. So he's like, how you getting home? Me, well,
You going?
Okay,
you
I
come
go.
back to me and let me know. And then you can go. And I got to come to him with a plan, time and location and who driving and things. And so like,
Right.
as a boy,
Right.
and people ain't seeing this in our girls.
But what it is, Amali, is that it's teaching people to understand accountability. That you have to be accountable. Like just in this situation where, for instance, let's not even take it to the max. I mean, you end up you have the situations in school where a guy might touch a girl inappropriately, right? We have to teach guys that there must be consequences. There must be consequences, and you must be held accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
There must be like there's no reason for you to touch this girl for anything, right? For anything, right? And so, just like we have to hold him accountable for his actions, I think we all have to be held accountable for our actions, for our choices, our decisions, because we, like I said, we do have a responsibility.
Yeah.
To act accordingly based on everything that we know.
And going back to what Jay was saying about the victim and the victim's family. I was asking, I told you, the victim and the victim's family and the people around the victim becoming defensive. I mean, it's also our responsibility as people who aren't involved to be sensitive to the situation as well.
Indeed.
Time and place. Like
Yes.
if Jay come to me and say, "Amali, somebody assaulted me last week," sorry to use your name. Somebody come and assault me last week. The first thing I know, it ain't gonna be where you was,
how you were doing, how I had on.
where you by yourself, like time
No.
and place. Those
Right.
conversations that happen through therapy over a period of time
Over a
after,
period of time.
so it doesn't happen. So she can ensure it doesn't happen to her again, right?
Ensure the authorities would ask those questions. The health professionals would ask those questions just to get
Right.
some context. But it doesn't serve you any
It
purpose.
doesn't serve you in the
So don't ask.
yeah. Apparently we have a call. Call up. Good day. Welcome.
Yes. Again, while I understand where you're coming from, it's important that we establish that there are some things which you should have zero tolerance for. Okay? Totally. When we start to debate it and second guess and that sort of thing, I think we lose sight of that. So whereas I agree that there should be accountability and individual responsibility, I think we should start out from the point of view that zero tolerance to any kind of assault. Okay? And I think what you're talking about here is individual rights versus collective rights. Okay? Should you, if there are standards about, for instance, how to dress, okay, and these are violated, even though that does not give the perpetrator any right to decide that, well, he's going to take matters into his or her own hands. Okay? So while we may advocate for particular standards, and those standards are determined, I guess, because they change all the time, by one's individual outlook, right, on how I have a right to dress, okay, as opposed to what society say is how I should dress, okay? Yes, we recognize that there has to be some kind of balance in between there, okay? But if they are violated, if you violate the standards, the societal standards, the collective standards on the dress code, that absolutely does not give anybody the right to to take matters into their own hands.
Yes, and we agree, sir. We agree
Police
100%.
can do the enforcement. Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah, just wanted to establish the zero tolerance part of it.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
That is
100%.
what I think it should be. That I think is what should be emphasized.
Oh, yes, of course. And that's actually where we started out. You mentioned that you started with saying, so are you saying that's not what we're saying? We were saying that there is a zero tolerance, but we also went to break down
Because this whole
situation.
We have another call. Caller, welcome.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning. That's just the point I was about to make, my previous caller. Always important to talk about the molestation issues, and so I believe the emphasis should be on litigation. Make examples of the molesters, public shaming even, if that's possible, and not massaging the issues based on who the perpetrator is and so on. And for penalties, not how or why it happened and so on. Put the victim where the victim should be. That's on the perpetrator, the one who's doing the molesting, etc. Just one other thing with the grinding a gears issue. When you go to a business establishment and there is no privacy, it's not only in the public sector but the private sector as well. It's like half your business out the door. You want to talk, softly, so that people behind you can listen, or people in the line, but behind the glass or whatever.
It says it loudly.
So you have to, float out what your private issue.
Which kind of know?
Or the reverse, caller, sometimes you try to be as discreet as possible and you whisper your business and the person receiving your business says it loud. So you say you want
What you say? You want this one? This birth control, this pregnancy test?
Passport office is a classic example. I mean, all over. The post office is little nooks and crannies. The Inland Revenue. Certain things you'd rather not say out loud, but you have to. And everybody knows your business.
Yes.
All right,
sir. Thank you very much. But yeah, but just to reiterate and well, I can't speak if anybody's here, but my stand. You want something?
Yeah, because I was about to mention that on Tuesday we did speak about this. We did say that this is something that we need even a registry for.
Oh yes.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, I was going to say for the listeners listening. For the folks listening, don't ever for a second feel like myself or anybody in here is of the opinion that there shouldn't be a zero tolerance policy on sexual assault.
Exactly.
There should be made an example.
But the situation is the conversation is not as black and white, and we need to start having conversations.
It's a multi-faceted approach to fix the problem.
Yeah, but
and one of those facets is people need to be held accountable for their surroundings and be aware of those, as well as the fact that perpetrators need to be made an example.
I think it's as well, Amali. It's an acknowledgement that bad things will happen because they're bad people.
They are bad people,
and so to ignore that is irresponsible.
Thank you, my point. We just discussed a couple of days ago on the show that there are proven and confirmed rapists walking the streets of our country. So we must be instilling these values and these precautions in our young people, in our boys and our girls. Listen, be careful.
But this is what we're doing here right now, Mali. This is what we talk about this all the time, even in relation to the corona thing.
Yeah.
And things like wearing your mask and all of these things and things like.
Exactly the same concept.
Like people would call in here and say, but there's no corona in the country. We're going to wear masks and whatever. But look, we understand.
But we don't know if one irresponsible person is being malicious.
And that's the thing as well. It all was, again, the corona situation is a good example because the fact of the matter is, when we're talking about corona, the word that we have to constantly use is confirmed cases. These are only the cases that are found. So if we bring it home to the same situation we're talking about, it could be somebody that you don't know as yet. It could be. It's.
You know they exist.
You know they exist.
Coronavirus exists.
You know they exist.
So you do things to
protect yourself.
Best way protect yourself.
Yeah.
And I had to break it down for a young lady there. She said, "Me understand what I'm gonna for you." Cause they said this one money want me to say not the whole in the country. This minute is put on their mask and we can't gonna fit. I say you don't understand that people sneak into our country illegally all the time, like every week. You don't know. She said, "What do you mean?" I said, so you haven't heard of the 3 cases of people sticking in the border via boat, down Pump Bay and then down by Karron and then the Coast Guard intercept a boat the other.
And then stopping in
3 times
Nevis
in
to
2
use
weeks.
bathroom.
And she was like, you serious? I said, so a boat stopped in Nevis and they had lunch.
We had it was like 19 Haitians just running around in Keys.
Yes, 18 I think it was. In somebody's house. And she had no idea. I was like, yo, stop talking about things you don't know. Ask a question. Try and inform yourself. Ask a question, why do we have to wear masks? Don't just abuse about it on social media and so.
But that's what lots of people do so.
People just stick into to every country all the time.
Like,
And there are many countries, especially over in Europe, who are corona-free in terms of no cases for like 6, 7, 8, and 10 weeks, and then 1 case pop out of the clear blue sky.
No,
and where come from? Somebody crossed the border.
Right, but not only
And
that,
then cross the border, hide in somebody's house, and then the whole household got it, and
but
then it
not only
spread.
that, not only that, Kevon.
I think happening in New Zealand.
But right here in St. Kitts, we had a frontline worker who contracted the virus.
Right. So it's not even
They
about
could have gone home and given
precisely.
You don't know when the situation is going to change.
And to reiterate my point, and then people said it when they found out that frontline worker caught the virus. She had her mask. She stupid, eh? She know what she dealing with. Victim blaming.
This nation is just hilarious, honestly.
But it could have been a simple mishap that was out of her control.
Bro, come on.
It happens.
It's an invisible virus. There's always...
Here's my funny, let's ask people all the time, how much vitamin C you just chuck your body full of, how much multivitamins and all these things you just do and still end up catching the cold or the flu during carnival season.
But
why do you think
flu is unbeatable?
So why do you think that you are somewhat invisible to this? I'm eating my vegetables, I good Karron and get me. Okay.
I have one more thing that grinds my gears.
Show it grinds ours to tell us.
People who go about talking about the government trying to control y'all and monitor y'all, they're going to use the vaccines to do this and all of that.
People like Jade?
I would never say that because I might be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not.
Not that kind. She ain't that kind.
Because you have a cell phone where you put your face ID, your fingerprint, your password, your card stores, you store your card information and all of that in there. But you've never stopped to think, well, if the government really wanted to track me, they could use all these things.
But they do.
Exactly.
No.
That's why people don't get from crimes.
Instead,
in developed nations, that is saying it's like.
And so, why do you think your life is that important to the government for them to want to track you?
I people say all the time. I say I have no issue if Timothy wants to tap me phone. I have nothing to hide. I don't care. I'm not a criminal.
But the thing is, they don't even need to tap your phone. You put all of the information out there to begin with.
Exactly. So why do they need to then go curse the whole world?
You post your whereabouts. You post your issues. You post your children. You connect to everyone's Wi-Fi. You post everything.
Facebook, we know who your boyfriend be. We know what school you're training. We know how old you're training be. We know where you work.
We know who you're married to.
Food. We know the restaurants you go to.
You post everything on the internet that anyone on this earth can search.
But you really
easily.
think the governments all colluded to technically almost end the world with a virus just to then go make a vaccine to give it. It's way easier. And then people who always cuss about the vaccines, right? Yes, you could be a little skeptical, but don't make it seem like you've not been taking vaccines that you don't know what's been in them for years. What is in any of the vaccines you take when you go to the hospital? You don't know because you don't ask. You don't stop to ask the doctor. The doctor said this is what you need to take. You just better. Exactly.
And then you take your kids into it.
The same company making them.
Exactly, but this is where you draw the line.
The same company making the vaccine.
The issue is we have become so opinionated, and we always just want to be this radical, opposition. You want to be contrary. So you want to jump online and you want to divide the odds. Or everyone want to jump on board with the vaccine, but you don't know what's in your body. While 7 vaccines chilling out in your body since you're 6.
Since you're born, since you're a baby, babies get vaccines from birth.
So had this situation
2 weeks and then 1 month and then 6 months.
I'm gonna say okay, this is my thing. We have seen, and there's not stories. There's proven situations where vaccines would have negative effects that the healthcare professionals would have known about, and decided not to disclose.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
there is cause for concern.
There's a
but-
mistrust there. I think what makes this particular situation a little more troubling.
Trustworthy? Oh, troubling.
Yeah, troubling is the fact that yes, we have this information, but also that this is obviously a rush job.
Yes.
It's obviously a rush job. So I understand some people's trepidation with like with this particular vaccine because it's obviously everything just kind of rushed through and went faster than anything else.
That I can
However,
understand.
being part of some huge conspiracy, that is something I think that you're kind of pushing it a little fast. I understand people's concern.
I do too.
Yeah, but when
But
you
it's
start-
just
I
When you start
start going
the
far,
government trying to control
So,
y'all, and this is the market.
it's crazy.
you're chipping it.
so let's think
Some
about this
people
a
kind of
bit.
want the chip because they keep losing their bank cards.
let's think about this a little bit. So everybody fuss and fret with the baseline phone. The government want to track me. First of all, who do you go to get information, official information on yourself?
The government. And it's because y'all gave them the information.
Who do you go to get a passport, which has your name, your date of birth, your eye color, your blood type?
Who you go to get birth
Who do you
certificate?
go to get your driver's license, which
gosh.
has your date of birth, your age, your your name, all your middle names, your blood type, your address? Who do you go to get your social security number?
But-
Who do you go to
But
get
y'all really
any sort of
feel like
official
the government
document?
is going to make a vaccine with a chip.
But the government want to monitor your blood glucose levels.
The
That's what they
government
want.
monitor you going to 4th Street every day go lime. That's what they're going to literally spend it there watching.
Y'all know that. So that's the baseline. The government.
What's
You
the
have
argument for
to.
that?
You have to
But-
go to the.
I would even volunteer to
Right.
get chipped.
No.
Show it now.
But that's
To
what
be
I'm
a guinea
saying.
pig.
But that's what I'm saying. But okay, see, this is my thing. You know, the funny thing about this. The reason why all of this, like, because these things that we're asking, I could come up with answers for them,
Right.
right? But at the same time, governments just aren't that innovative.
The-
Like the governments waste everything. The governments like are behind on everything.
But there are government agencies that are that innovative.
Yeah. And we don't have them.
But it's-
That's
it's-
the thing is though.
No,
not
that's-
this-
No. When you say that, I do think these government agencies, they're really private contractors. Well, so
yeah.
It's really private.
Yeah.
The private sector is really what we're pushing these things.
Yeah.
Like even the military is pretty much like,
Oh.
like
That's private money there, man. That's
Yeah.
campaign money there.
yeah, I'm telling you. But yeah, the
Campaign
government
money
governments just don't really have the. Yeah, they don't have it.
But you know what else going to make years? We have time.
Yeah.
Producer.
We got like a few minutes.
What else going to make years? Oh Lord. I'm gonna leave it for next time. See because
Take one call after this.
no, I'll come across as sexist. Huh?
We have a call.
Caller, welcome.
Yes, just one last intervention. Jade's intervention actually seems to contradict Amali's in that there are indeed evil people outside there, okay, and you should protect yourself against them, all right? Hence the need to be very suspicious, very circumspect about the information you put out there to government and otherwise, okay, because governments do. That would be the ultimate for any government because they're essentially about power and control over the populace. Okay? And so it would not surprise, although I'm not a conspiracy theorist, it would not surprise me that people in government would like to use whatever means possible as a way of certainly asserting their power and getting as much as possible information about the citizens for use just in case, right? It has happened before. We all know about Tuskegee. We all know about the experiments on the Nazis. So we should not let down our guard. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But yeah, but there's another thing that grinds my gears as it relates to the dynamic between the genders or the sexes, if you may, which is the kind of comfort that women have in putting their hands on man.
I would know this was coming.
Yeah, I
And specifically on Amali.
No, I don't get blows. I don't get blows.
Amali, let me cuss about
And when I do get blows, I just enjoy it.
Oh, you're talking about blows.
No.
I thought you were just talking about like touching, because I had
know
a
what you're
situation
talking
Saturday
about.
night. Eh?
know
Well,
what you're
well,
talking
well. I mean both,
Oh, okay.
but more so the abuse
Cheating?
though.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you mean like, because I
Because,
really...
but that too.
Because why do we feel so comfortable? Like, let me tell you something, right?
Because we've been taught that.
Stop it.
women been taught that.
Because if the roles were reversed,
We go in jail.
so stop it. Stop feeling like it's
The other day-
okay to touch people
Actually-
without their consent.
Actually, the other day, I remember time I asked Jade, I said, Jade, when was the last time? You ain't got to answer the question on the radio. But when was the last time a man molested you without your consent? You can't remember. I'm going to ask Azim said last week. Well, last woman put in nipple, Kevon.
Bro, no, bro, you hear me? You literally just hear me say I had a situation on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
We talk. I don't remember where we spoke.
And you
Where
want me
did
to
we
get the
speak about
joke?
this?
You want me to get the joke? When it happened, right? Because I get, like, I can't let it slide. Like, me need to delay it slide. Like, I'm like, yo, what going on with that damn thing? Like, I made an issue about it. And then one of the lady's friends came to me afterwards and I guess trying to, like apologize for her friend or whatever and that kind of thing. But, here what she can tell me at the end. But ain't nothing, man. She's a lesbian since she born.
What does that have to do with anything?
So
you're going to tell me
I was so confused, right?
so if a man touch me inappropriately, right?
And he get.
It's okay? Like,
You should be okay with it. He ain't like you like that.
He like you like that, Jade.
So he's assaulting you without interest.
Without interest.
That's even worse. He was assaulting me for sport.
Just because. Y'all need to stop doing that because the justifications behind it
Does not make sense.
It has, like, y'all cannot tell me in one breath, oh, you should not abuse and people, women especially, but then turn around and do it and say it's okay because they're men.
Amali spoke
They're
about this yesterday. Amali spoke about this yesterday, and it was interesting how the dynamics flip. So at young ages, little boy touches big woman, he like woman. Little girl touches man, don't do that. At somewhere during one's development, this dynamic switches. It switches. So young man touches woman inappropriately. He gets reprimanded. Woman touches man inappropriately.
And he don't like it. He's anti-man.
He don't like it. He's an anti-man. As a matter of fact, I've heard of situations where men have gone to the police station
and the police officers
laugh at him.
Yes.
And I said, I wish they'd come to me back.
Yeah.
In the interest of time, we'll discuss this tomorrow because...
Oh my God.
Actually, no, we have a half an hour to come back.
Pringles up there?
We have half an hour to come back.
Amali, every single day,
Where
I look at the Pringles and
He wasn't there up until the other day.
Amali,
I remember I asked about it.
That's a new one? Amali, the Pringles...
He wasn't there.
Okay, but he was there. You didn't see it yesterday?
But I have walked into events and girls grab my pinky, squeeze my nipple.
Yeah.
I've walked
Grab
into
your bum.
events and girls walk up to me and kiss me on my mouth.
And they grab your bum and they do all sorts of stuff.
If I ever walk up to a girl and just hold her head and kiss her on her mouth, I will be arrested.
Amali, I'm going to beat you down as a friend. But we'll discuss this when we come back.
Amali, by one thing, I must say, it's my condolences. So, it must be hard being so sexy, yeah?
It's hard being handsome. It's outrageous. I couldn't even imagine what Kevon was going
This
to
is
show.
why I want a dog.
Especially now the chest coming.
Yeah.
This is why all I want is a dog.
It's y'all fault. What were you wearing?
What were you wearing?
What
Yeah.
did you have
You
on
should
your
know better.
pom-pom shorts?
Just
Yeah,
one.
and the bumbo shots?
Yeah,
That's how it was. That's how it was.
I mean, trouble to me short pants. Yeah, above my knee.
You steady lose weight and put on short pants. Who tell you
Yeah.
Oh.
And if a girl with them same pants up joining, she can't go inside. Anyway, let's move on. Because girls cannot wear clothes above their knees in the hospital, but men can.
Imagine that.
Outrageous.
And then they reach in and tell you to take off
You know
all your
why?
clothes.
Because my knees are not as sexy.
Yeah.
To who though?
It's all in the knees.
Because you know why? Because if they're wheeling somebody down a hallway, they're going to butt up because they're busy watching my knees.
Not only that, if you're going into surgery, you might get up because you see some sexy knees passing you. We don't want those things.
We don't want people's recovery being hindered because their heart rate
is
Doubles
elevated.
because they see a girl in a short pants.
Imagine
You can't have that.
somebody in labor and they spot some sexy knees.
The labor stop.
Complications one
Complications, yeah. Cesarean.
What about if they in Pam?
Anyway, Kevon, let's go. Amali, do it, please.
We're taking a break.
Yes.
We're gonna pause for a cause. I'm going to have a Pringle, and then we're going to come right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Switch and get rich this Christmas with Digicel. You could win $15,000 cash in our grand prize sweepstakes when you make the switch. Switch from our freedom bundles and get primed with more data, more fun. Switch from prepaid and enjoy an unmatched digital experience with our 2 postpaid bundles. Ditch those other guys and switch to Digicel for your chance to get rich. This Christmas, get a world of new digital experiences with Digicel. Now packed with even more data. Switch and get rich. Digicel, better together this Christmas.
It's official! Friday, December 18th and Saturday, December 19th are VAT days. But you can come today and get pre-approved credit for VAT Day. Save some of the hassle of this VAT Day and drop by some of your local Hosford's department stores today. Yes! Come to any Hosford's department today and get pre-approved credit for December 18th and December 19th. No down payment necessary. That's right, 0 money down. And no payment until February 2021. That's right. No payment until February 2021. Come to Hosford's today, where we will be dropping major discounts plus pre-approved credit when you shop now. How, you ask? Well, it's simple. All you have to do is visit any of the Hosford's departments, including furniture and appliances, Ashley Furniture Home Store, Building and Nevis Centers, and the Automotive Division. Make your VAT Day wish list, and we'll do the credit check. Come back on VAT Day and get all that you picked with your pre-approved credit and be on your way to a merrier Christmas. Whether it's new furniture, a new stove, or a brand new car, Hosford's is giving you pre-approved credit today. Be on your way to a merrier Christmas. Pre-approved credit today for VAT Days December 18th and December 19th at Hosford's. Visit stores for all details.
Use your National Bank Visa debit card 5 times or more weekly for a chance to win a $500 shopping spree. Compliments of National Bank. So think twice the next time you want to use cash. Choose your National Bank Visa debit card instead, because you might be the next lucky winner. Use your National Bank Visa debit card every transaction for a chance to be the next lucky winner. Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And we've all had a single Pringle during the break.
That's a boom.
Amali took mine.
Pringles.
What?
Yeah.
Move.
Okay.
What's that?
She don't like
I don't
Pringles.
Pringles.
You don't like a lot of
Pringles
good
ain't
things.
like you know.
Yeah.
You don't like that.
I don't.
You don't like roti.
She ain't a
I
good
don't.
man,
I
you know.
Whoa.
She don't like what?
What did you just say?
She doesn't like roti.
What?
Jade, take your passport to the passport office.
Yo,
You surrender
come
it
on.
immediately.
Listen, I've got to say that I'm a saint because in the initial beginning of our friendship, that was known to me, and I had to take a long look at myself and say, am I willing to be friends with a person who does not like roti?
Oh my God.
Your values don't align, Jade.
That's why I make it known publicly first to
Rondon,
give you a choice.
He's a strong man.
Rondon, I must applaud you because knowing that now,
You're a true hero.
Like at the very beginning, it's like,
knowing that now, like just learning that now, I don't know if I'm even able to continue with the show.
Yeah.
Kevon, this explains a lot.
That it does.
It now concretes the fact that Jade has bad taste.
My lack of curry.
Which is why she ain't a good man neither.
Let me back. Hold on. Me getting into
I forgot about that.
not me and that.
Hold
So
on.
hold
That
on.
really made me like double blink eyes, like, wait. Hold
on.
Amali just blew your mind.
So you
Kevon,
over
hold
there in
on.
the
Kevon
yellow
is
shirt
exiting
and
this
you over
conversation.
here in the glasses.
Put them glasses.
I'm gonna talk to y'all after the show.
Don't what?
No, don't pull them off now. We're gonna talk to y'all after the show.
So
Show is over.
let's figure out what's going on here because you just mentioned you don't like curry.
I don't like. Is a particular kind of curry that I don't like.
What?
Which one?
Which one? Because I might agree with you. Tell
The
me.
one that I been roti?
No, let me see what
Yeah,
she's
the
saying.
one that has been roti. I don't like.
So you regular green curry?
Just regular
Yeah,
curry.
I don't like regular
Is green or
curry.
yellow?
No, that's yellow curry.
That's
Yellow curry.
Yeah, I like Indian curry.
So you like butter chicken and chicken tikka masala
Okay.
and
Yeah.
things and so.
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
No, but
You can't tell me what to like. Sir.
Yeah, but that's the.
No, but I could judge you
no
for it.
offense,
You
but
can.
you should at least
what I'm
love
doing.
your own country curry. No offense.
Okay.
At
A lot
least
of
you
people
eat
don't like
curry in
dumpling
some
and
aspect.
saltfish and all of that. Y'all don't penalize them for that.
Okay, moving on, because
I
You
get
like
it.
curry, London?
Some people don't.
I could see why.
Okay, so then let me not like what I don't like.
Okay, moving on.
No.
You hurting me
Will
so.
not let
You
me-
hurt
Yeah,
me
not like
so.
what you don't like.
So, welcome back to Island Tea with your faves, Kevon and Amali. And we are joined by our multi-faceted, hatted friend who wears many hats.
I literally do.
It's literally and figuratively. Rondon, welcome.
Hello, how are you?
His last name is welcome.
No, my last name is Carr.
Rondon, welcome.
It's how you come and say it. London, welcome.
Rondon, welcome. All right. So, what hat are you wearing today?
I'm wearing my own hat because I'm promoting our family's business, Karron's Fabrics. To be specific, our new location a little further along Karron Street, opposite Uncle T's. We've opened up a holiday store for the season. Basically, due to COVID-19 and going into these peak shopping season, given the size of the store that we have now, it just would not make sense to try and accommodate that a large amount of persons within the store. So we decided to split it up into two. The original store, which is along Karron Street, right next to Law's bookstore, is still there. Still has the crafts, the fabrics, home goods. But in regards to the holiday and home decor, that is now at a new location, which, as I said, is further down on the same Karron Street, but opposite Uncle T's.
Yes. Okay. I was mapping it out in my head. So, what does this holiday store have exactly?
Well, the holiday store literally just has everything for the holidays. So the Christmas lights, Christmas
decor and
trees,
everything.
decor,
Oh,
the
Christmas
curtains, Christmas trees.
It's a Christmas store.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
I
I
thought
said
they
it
meant
was-
like you're offering like specials on cloth for Christmas.
No, well, we always have like no prices for the
specials.
fabrics and materials. They're gonna come and get that. That's still at the
Okay,
main
okay.
store. But this is
Okay, okay.
specifically pertaining to dealing with the holiday
season,
rush
yeah.
that comes out from those persons trying to get their home and their businesses ready for the Christmas season or get it in the Christmas mood.
No, yeah. So your lights, your trees, your tree decorations.
Are they like
Check.
figurines?
Something's so off.
We love figurines.
We have figurines. We have some figurines. We have vases. We have those crystals which everybody likes.
Mm-hmm.
I think this mic off, yeah.
No, it's on.
Okay.
It is?
Are your headphones connected properly?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm hearing myself in headphones, but from a distance in the headphones.
Really okay.
Hello. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Before we're so rudely interrupted.
Oh.
So we have.
I'm getting sassy every time, like more and more sassy every time we come.
The more comfortable he gets with y'all, the more
Comfort
he
light.
gets.
More comfortable or more annoyed? Which one it is?
Listen to me. I hit for him.
Familiarity breeds
I
contempt.
hit for him. I went to
Only got
school.
one sentence from me. I'm from McKnight. So go ahead. Try. There we go.
Okay, then.
Let me go, son. Let me go.
Okay then, no
You
problem.
ready? Let me go.
Spicy.
No
Just
pro-
cut out the camera. Let me go.
Always bad man once told me. Ain't about who was is who.
Is
act
who
first.
finish?
No, it's who act first.
Is who finish? Anyway, continue on to the what we have in the store before we get sidetracked again. As I'm speaking, we have the Christmas trees. Actually, we have some good prices on those because we have the 6-foot Christmas trees starting at $125. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, $125.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have those. We have a thin style one and a little bit more thicker. So you have one that
You want the
if
thick
you
one? You want the thick one?
Well, most people say they want the thing, but the thinner one allows you to put more decorations. So if you want to have more stylized tree, the thinner one is the better option. And again, they start at $125. They're about a little bit taller than 6 foot in height. They're the plastic ones, so reusable. You can keep them. We also have the ornaments and the decoration ribbons. I know a lot of persons that like to decorate the house with the ribbons and the stylings. So we have in a multitude of colors. We have glitter. We have Christmas patterns. We have the holographic ones. So in regards to those, we have, I think, almost about over 100 different variations on the ribbon and sizes and colors and things like that. That starts about $295. Even right now, she's showing us the glitter tape. So we have those. For those people who are really lazy about decorating or wrapping gifts, we have the glitter tape, so you can just literally just wrap it, and then instead of trying to put the bow, you literally just put the tape around it, stick on a bow, and you're kind of good to go. Okay. I've also seen people use it to decorate for a lot of crafting, like stenciling, decorating cards, things like that. We also have the Christmas wreaths, which I think she's showing now, which those start at $39.95. And they go all the way up to $250, depending on the details and things like that. And we have them in a variety of colors, from gold, blue, silver. So we have we have a good variety to match, hopefully match what you're looking for, the theme you're trying to achieve. We also have, with the ornaments, we have the usual typical ornaments. So you have the round ornaments, those who are shaped like bows, snow cones, snowmen, ribbons. Yeah. We also have some nice picture frame one. I think those start at $3.95, go all the way up to $8. So for those who want to put like a little picture of their family, and now with the social distancing, you may not have them in person, but at least you can have something or memento of them on the tree, so you can just put them on the tree. So we have those as well. Again, in different colors.
They have angels for the top of the tree and stars?
We have the angels. I have to check. I don't know if we had some, but those went kind of quick. So I have to check and see. We have the standard topper and then the illuminated topper. We also have the garland. So we have the ones that are like the Christmas tree for garlands, the glitter garlands, the hollow garlands, the tinsel garland, a whole variety.
Those are garlands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're very well priced too, I think so.
Yeah, I'm making money off of these things?
Next, maybe business. But let me go.
Man, hot this morning, man.
For the people, for the people.
You won't stop harass the man.
It's for the nation.
Right.
Yeah.
This is awesome though, like these prices. And there's like, my brain can't compute the number, but there's a lot of different styles and colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for a Christmas inventory, like when most people come into the original store when they had looked at it, that most people like, oh, it seems like a small store, but surprisingly, there's a large amount of variety in terms of the products we carry.
Yeah.
For example, fabrics and things, the variety is in the triple digits. So when because we always have somebody who's coming and they're like, I want this in blue, and we're like, which blue? And they're like, a blue, and I was like, literally, we got like 20 different types of blues. Yeah. Or they'll come in and say, I want royal blue, and you're like, and they're like, well, you showed them royal blue, and like, that's not the blue, and I was like, okay, let's just try and match it. So we always have those occasions, but usually they more often than not they find what they're looking for.
Well, people are asking to see the Christmas trees again, so I'm just going to go back to them one then.
Sure.
And just give them some info.
So you mentioned the two trees, the thinner tree, which is better for, some people like to put lots of things on the trees. That's the better option. And then there's the fuller tree. Are those the only two options?
For those types, for right now, yes. We do have some more stock coming in, and if you check our Facebook page, Karron's Fabrics, you will see us starting to put some of these things on. So you, I would say, check regularly because we always have stuff coming in. But just to give some information again on those Christmas trees, you do have the thinner one and the thicker in terms of the branches. The thinner one in terms of if you're going to do like a decoration, a heavy decoration, you're like, listen, I want to have all these Christmas balls, I want to put all of this stuff, I want to have lights, that is easier to deal with and to decorate, as opposed if you want a more natural look, then you would go ahead and use the thicker Christmas tree. I like those. So you're like, okay, I want a more traditional happy Christmas. But I see a lot more people now, they're moving towards the thinner one. The reason being is because they want to have a more stylized, I put it, like a more Instagrammable. Yeah, a more Instagrammable, because you'll see people coming in now. We did see an increase, for example, of Christmas things, and they're coming in and asking for these questions. They're like, oh, you're decorating for Christmas? And they're like, oh, no, we're doing a Christmas photo shoot. And they were like, oh, so they'll be like, oh, I want to have blue. They want it to be all blue, or they want it to be all pink or fuchsia or rainbow color. I think last year we had to do... and this is not a regular service, but we were assisting in doing some Christmas trees. I think Jade saw some of them. But we did a pure black Christmas tree.
Wow.
And then we did an...
pictures of that?
Not on me, but at some point I could share them. But we did a pure black Christmas tree. An ombre Christmas tree. Ombre is like, it transitions from, it's a gradient, it transitions from one color to another. So they want it from the top to red, and then it transitions down to red. So all the ornaments, everything, slowly, but they move from one color tone to another. And then
ombre, some people have like black hair and then it transitions to black.
Yeah, but what people do is, that's a lot of work by it.
Yeah. And surprisingly, we included with the tree, it was pretty cost. Like I thought that would hit in the high numbers, but that was about $500 to do the whole thing with the lights, everything, all of that stuff.
The complete tree.
The complete tree.
$500 easy dollars.
And then we had another person who wanted to do a full. They wanted to do the ombre, but they wanted a rainbow ombre. Ooh. So every rainbow. Red, green, orange, blue coming down. And I was gonna say but when we did look at it, it turned out really, really well. It was one of the most time-consuming trees I've ever done. And literally when I was done, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. Nobody asked me again about to do this, because I initially did one trend, and somebody's like, hey, you need a favor, because again, it's not something that we do at the store. We provide the product, and we usually provide guidance. It's just in this case, they were like, we really were having some issues, so we went to assist that.
You know what trees I love to see? Trees that are either silver or white and gold.
Yes.
And me talking about just the tree, I've seen like white Christmas trees, the actual branches are, the leaves are white. I'm talking about like green trees, but all the decor is gold. Or all is white, or all is, oh my gosh, it's so elegant.
The ones that I see last year.
With white lights?
Yeah. Last year the most popular was the white tree, a pure white Christmas tree.
The branches are white or the decor?
The branches were white.
Okay.
White tree,
Last year we did not get very much. It was very little traditional trees.
Oh.
People were very specific. They would either have one color tone, so they were like purple, blue, orange, fuchsia. We very rarely got into. You had the traditional gold and silver, but people were trying to do it to a particular look.
Something different, yeah.
So they would come in, and we have a certain that would literally just buy off a section of blue because they're like, I just want to have all blue.
Have you ever had somebody do like a Rasta color tree?
A Rasta, well, and
the red, gold, and green.
People have bought red, gold, and green, but they normally buy. I think any tree is a Rasta.
Yeah,
color
most trees are red.
No, but most trees have on those colors, but most trees don't look like a Rasta tree.
I get you.
I don't think the Rasta really too big up in the Christmas thing.
So
I'm going to do it.
And another thing they do focus is on the table decor. So we have a lot of options in terms of vases. We have fluted vases, hexagonal. We have one right now, which people, every time they see it, people are asking, is one that's about I think it's about a 2.5, 3 foot champagne glass. So it's shaped like a champagne glass, has the little thing, so you can put the decor on the top, and it still gives you a little space on the bottom to have your plate. So
can I use it to drink?
I mean, what? It's a champagne glass, so yeah.
Oh,
so we have those. We also have the fillers for the vases as well. We have the wet and dry oasis. We always have those. The flowers.
What's that? The wet and dry. What's that?
Well, when you're doing a
floral, the terms like we Tom Ford.
Well, when you're doing floral arrangements and you're trying to lay out the flowers, you have something as a support system to
the green foam.
So that green foam. So you have one.
What's that green foam now?
It's called oasis.
Oasis.
Yeah. So you have a wet and a dry.
I found out that recently as well.
Yeah, because Jade has been helping me with the Christmas season.
Oh, and how you Kevon looking at job for this season?
Him.
Wow. I was trying to help you, but man.
Moving on.
Let's talk about our oasis.
So yes, you have the wet and dry oasis. Dry oasis for the plastic flowers. The wet oasis, it's not wet. It's just that it can absorb moisture. So again, it would feed the flowers while you have it in the
yes,
the
we understand. So we went to school.
Anyway, so we have those. So you have all the things you need to put together those little decorations for Christmas. Again, we have everything for the house itself. So we also have some curtains there. So if they want to get some curtain arrangements, we also have some sheet sets. With the curtains, I have to check and see, but for some of them, you get buy one, get one. So some of them, they're still active. You'd have to check and see which ones, but it automatic. If you look on it, it'll tell you if you have a buy one, get one there. So we do have those offers. Going into the Christmas season, as usual, we will be opening on Saturday to accommodate those who can't make it during the week.
What would be the Saturday hours? If you
the Saturday hours are always they're the same as the regular week hours. So it'll be the same 9 to 5. I think
question: Do you guys have any? This is not Christmas related, but do you guys sell blackout curtains? Blackout curtains.
We do
curtains that 100% obstruct light.
We had some in stock in terms of we have two. When you're talking about it, there's two types. We do have the already done blackout curtains, but we also sell the material for you to make the blackout curtains. Because remember, we are a fabric store. So if you can't get it that way, you can usually just go and say, hey, I want to make blackout curtains. Now, any seamstress you go to will be able to tell you in terms of the yardage and what you need. What I do recommend for a lot of persons, and we see this coming in, they'll say, hey, I want to do A, B, and C. If you're not doing it yourself, go talk to the seamstress. They will usually give you the list of what you need in an itemized list. Come down, and then we'll just go ahead and look through and see what you have. I do recommend, because honestly, for coming out of COVID-19, in terms of us doing things ourselves, it actually, most of the times, it is more cost effective for you to go and customize and just say, hey, I want to do A, B, and C. It usually is a little bit cheaper than if you purchase it. And I put this in a comparison if you're buying something of quality. Because we do have a lot of people say, okay, well, I could just get the dress online. But you're talking about fast fashion, it's $20, $30, and it kind of falls apart. If it's something you want that's going to be long-term, even if you did, you bought it, it would have some value, it would be pretty pricey. As to come down here. And then two, going into this generation, I see a lot of people, they want to customize, they want to have a unique look. They don't want to look like everybody else. They want to have that originality, and that way of doing that is from our store. You get these different materials, the craft supplies, because we have those, the hot glue guns, the glue sticks, paint, glitter. We have different varieties of glitter, from the larger confetti pieces all the way down to the granular sand, which a lot of people I've seen, they're popular, where they want to decorate, I don't know what you call them, I guess you'd say like their pimp cup or the...
Oh, right,
the cups,
yeah, so they'll do the cup, or they'll do wine glasses where they're like, oh, I want to put a little pattern on the wine glass.
Do you guys also have, that confetti where it has it's a themed confetti? So for
oh yes, we do. We actually
baby showers.
We have
the
it's a
baby
boy.
bottles.
We have it's a boy. It's a girl. Happy birthday! Congratulations, both in the pink and the blue. So we do have party supplies. We have balloons. We have over 100 variety of balloons from spotted, those who have labels on it, silver, gold, green, red, blue, orange, white, black.
You have Christmas themed confetti, the big ones like snowflakes.
I'd have to check. They're not. I wouldn't say. Well, they're in the white, but it's not necessarily like Christmas themed.
Okay.
Because usually for a lot of the confetti times, for those it's just a traditional white confetti. If you're talking about those, it's not necessarily confetti. You're talking about the larger shaped ones.
Yeah.
It is air quotes confetti, but just for the size, it wouldn't be categorized
Right.
as that. And then those usually, depending on what you buy, they start as low as, I think it's about $1.50. So it depends on the amount you get. Because we have those in the floral confetti. We have like the rose petals and things. So, Christmas, you want to make it romantic. We have those in the traditional red, white, silver, gold. I know a lot of persons now, they're doing I guess the picture walls or the Instagram walls. So they'll do the walls. A lot of they would go and get the floral, and I said it's cheaper to just get the grass and then get the florals and just arrange them that way. It would come out to be a lot cheaper.
Wow.
Nice. So
So
Karron
everything.
Fabrics, your one-stop shop for everything.
For literally
holiday.
everything.
Everything
Full
festive.
And I said we've been here for Lord almost 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and then most people know it as Sonia Castor, but the official name is Karron's Fabrics.
Karron's Fabrics.
Yeah, it's named after us. It's actually a lot of people say she puts her heart and soul to it, and I was like, it would expect it. It's named after her children. My name, my brother's name is Karim. My name is Rondon. You put the two together.
Karron's Fabrics.
Yeah.
I think it's people something else, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
So
that.
people
either.
Sonia Care.
So it's been everybody. Remember, my dad and my mom have been entrenched in that store for a very long time. And they really took care of their customers and ensure that everybody gets what they need. And she's very strong about assisting and helping people. So just by default, we had multiple stores in different. Well, I shouldn't say we had multiple stores, but we would. As we slowly progressed and we increased in size, it was originally Karron's where we had home goods and things like that, and then we transitioned into fabrics to where we are now. But she's always been a part of the store. She's always been there, the same as my dad. So people just know it as that. So they always go like Sonia Castor. Instead of saying Castor, they're like Sonia Castor, go by Sonia Castor. So as much as when we initially started, we're branching out. We started doing, when I started assisting, we started doing social media and adding new things. We'd put Karron's Fabrics, and they'd be like, what's Karron's Fabrics? I don't know what it is. And you'd be like, Sonia Castor. And I say, you've been around a long time, and people have that strong connection to you. Where we, for I think over a decade, we hadn't had a sign up. It just one time we had hurricane, it came down, and we never got a chance to put it back up, And it just literally, you tell somebody where it is,
they know exactly.
They know exactly where to go. Yeah, everybody was like, oh, where do you need to go by Sonia Cat, check it out.
Yeah, Sonia Cat.
Household name.
So now,
lovely lady.
So in this case now, you have two locations. So you have the original location, which is on the Lower Karron Street, I should say downtown Karron Street, right next to Law's Bookstore. And now the Holiday Store, which is up for the season, which is a little further down opposite Uncle T's. So we invite you to come out, take a look. As I said, from the photos and pictures, we have a large variety of holiday gift products for you to decorate or get inspired or get some decoration ideas for the holiday season.
Brilliant.
One-stop shop.
Yeah.
Literally. I'm more intrigued by the Christmas tree service, dare I call it.
Christmas tree service.
Where you have the tree decorated.
That's not a, don't do that. It's not a service.
Service?
It's not a service.
an optional service.
I'll send the photos, but it was a thing we did a couple of times.
And you're not doing it again.
Yeah, because we like to, like I said, I'm coming into now, which is why we have the Facebook, really quickly before you guys go away, is why we have the Facebook page, and we're trying to be more up on it in terms of giving guidance, because we have a lot of persons coming in, and as I said, they're more intrigued in our craft section. They want to create or have ideas. So we try and give them as much assistance as possible to try and help them and ensure that they're able to achieve what they want. To just give a quick example, I remember one time last holiday season, we had a girl, she came in and she was like getting ready for carnival. Now she wanted to do like body glitter. So she was like, oh, I want to do that. And she came in. And I always remember this, is that she looks at me and she goes, that's glue. She was like, look, that's spray adhesive. And she goes like, can I put it on my titty? And I was like, sorry, what? And she's like, I just want to put that and put the glitter and and I was like, and she explained it, and I was like, all right, well, I was like, what you're gonna need is this glitter, and this glitter, because of the different size, and then you get that gradient effect. And you know, it's a very odd conversation to have.
So you design a carnival titty?
Yeah, more or less. So then you go and you ask the girl, and you said, and she was like,
so versatile.
Yeah, but however, I was like, you're gonna have to use this particular, you can't use a spray adhesive, use this is a little bit better for you. Her friend came in and she goes like, no, I did it before and it's perfectly fine. And you're looking at her, and I was like, miss, I know what you tried to do, but however, that literally is a skin irritant. It will eat through your skin. That is what, it's an industrial grade adhesive. It's meant to spray on bottles and things like that. You need the repositionable one, which is like, it's a milder one. It won't irritate your skin, So in those cases, you're trying to give them the best advice and guidance so they don't get themselves into trouble.
Right.
And we do try and do that as much as possible, because you want people, aside from them buying your products, to have a good experience with them.
Right. It's not just about getting them a sale and getting the money.
Right. You want to make sure they're safe too.
It's about building relationships.
Because even for them, when they they might be adamant about something, we'll say, you can go ahead with it, but however, we really, from our experience, and again, you're talking about almost 40 years of experience, this would be the best option for you. And, especially when people are talking about fashion and their personal style, they kind of they have a certain concept and idea. So you try and give them the best choice and the best way for them to achieve it.
Okay, Asim. Well, that brings us to the end of this wonderful conversation, as it relates to Karron's Fabrics and their new seasonal Christmas tour. That's opposite Uncle D's on Karron Street. That has all your holiday needs, from trees to glitter to bowls to decorations to lights and everything else that you would possibly need. Wreaths for your door.
Wreaths,
everything.
Tinsel, the garland tinsel. Everything.
No mistletoe though.
And even oases.
You have mistletoes?
Yes, we actually do have mistletoe.
Really?
We have mistletoe wreaths. I think I have to check and see. But
hopefully, last year and get some low.
Last year we did have the mistletoe garland. I have to back check and see if we still have it.
Oh, brilliant. Well, sir, thank you very, very much for joining us, and we'll probably see you again next week with a different hat.
Possibly.
Likely. We'll pause for a quick pause here on Island T, and we'll be right back with some more conversation. We'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
When they start them there, we are top man, we take charge. Have no reaching now, we are shell down us. Blast like a star in summer gallopers. Overdo it, we take it too far. Take charge.
We are hot gal, we set the trend. Magnum we drink for the top man them. Wine with the style, no stop from spin. Hot blend, back bend, and take charge.
Magnum tonic wine, for the real star them. Take charge. Must be 18 or older, drink responsibly.
I'll be watching you.
Welcome back to Island Tea, and that song is about stalking.
Gotta love it.
Every breath you take.
What's that song that
Every step you make.
Oh yes, can we talk?
Can
we talk?
Yeah, stalking.
Before we continue, we want to say a special good morning to a few of our avid listeners.
Yes.
Auntie Donna.
No.
Well, she's one too, and she's actually listening right now.
Yes,
Auntie Donna, as well as Superintendent Henry, and ACP Adams and Commissioner Brandy.
Yes.
They try and listen at least every morning.
Yeah.
Morning, Brandy. I see Brandy yesterday. The man said, "Here, calling me name."
You better behave.
I said, "Me? I would never do that." He said,
"Again." Kevon.
Huh?
Blame it on Kevon. He ain't doing no events.
I said, "Hear me? It wasn't me." He said, "Boy, you used to lie."
The man listening, Amali, and probably watching, and you're trying to lie to him.
Yeah, boy, the man. Anyway, I don't say anything negative about him, so not in a serious way.
Not too often.
I called him. I tell you what, last week. Morning, Brandy.
Ay. Y'all stress me and the listeners out.
Nice.
But
by the way, morning to Witty Kitty.
Morning to Witty Kitty.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I want Witty Kitty be a man. I want to meet her.
So.
You're not popping unless both sexes have crushes on you, Amali.
That's where we go?
That's what I said.
That is true. Yeah.
Wow. I got last back.
So to my YouTube,
trust me, man, like you.
To my YouTube crew, I just be watching y'all, and they just be having. What I like about the YouTube viewers is that they literally be talking to each other, having full-on discussions, and yeah, I'm watching you. I see what you're saying, but it don't involve me because you're having a whole conversation. But if the quality is going down on YouTube, you can change the settings. If you click the little wheel, you can put the quality to 720, because if you keep it on auto, it's gonna fluctuate based on your Wi-Fi. So if you want it crisp and clear all the time, put it to 720p and it'll stay crisp whole time. Someone is asking if the store is opposite Uncle T's or on the opposite side. On the opposite side of the street.
Which one? The one up
Christmas store?
The Christmas store? Yes, it's on the opposite side.
The opposite side of the street.
Yeah, next to the Chinese store.
It's almost opposite.
Almost.
Yeah, it's a bit like
it's
just below
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Down,
yeah, just below Jenkins. Yeah.
Just below Jenkins.
Where it always was, huh?
Where it always was. The original spot. Yes. So now it's time for some tea. Hee. Let's talk some Liat.
That.
So Liat is to return to St. Kitts and Nevis the end of this month.
So next week.
Basically. Not even next week. Like almost tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It might as well.
Sunday,
like
Monday,
Sunday, right? I think it's Sunday. Let's check the calendar. Monday. So, St. Kitts and Nevis is among 7 destinations included in Liat's flight setup, which is set to resume at the end of the month, which is November 30th. Liat is back in the skies, guys. Flights will operate 5 days a week from Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Kitts Nevis, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The airline says it has completed all of the training and regulatory requirements for its November 30th return to the Caribbean skies and has implemented new procedures to ensure safety, travel, and COVID-19 compliance for all staff and passengers. This includes the mandatory wearing of masks at check-in and on board, enhancements in its cleaning and sanitation protocols, and new boarding procedures. Liat is expected to announce other destinations in its December schedule, but after the news of Liat's possible liquidation announced back in June 2020 by the PM of Antigua and Barbuda, Uncle Gaston Brown, which is as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, people in the region began to wonder whether the Caribbean airline would return or another carrier would pick up the slack. But Liat said it's back.
Liat will never die.
And ready to take
like
flight.
a cockroach, yeah.
But it also they made a flight to Dominica a while back that was its symbolic we reach we reach back flight.
Yeah.
But I'll also read the press release from on social media. This font is very small. So I'm going to put it.
Take your time.
I'm going to put it
Me mothers.
right up to my face. So
they mean there's lines. Somebody just take a pen and
the font is very small, so I'm going to have the phone very close to me. Yes, I can read. I just can't see. So. No, it's like really small. Like
what a combination. Yes, it is really small.
You can't zoom down.
So, I could turn it sideways, right? And
zoom, yeah.
And zoom. That would help a bit. You're smart sometimes, you know?
That's day school.
EHS.
So, this is Liat's press release. Yes, let me see if I could include anything that I didn't read already. So passengers will be able to book flights via the Liat website, liat.com, or the reservation call center. But the airline has also published its policy for persons who want to utilize their credits to book flights during the new limited schedule. However, passengers that are seeking refunds will have to wait the outcome of the administration process. Again, the airline is, currently under administration and is being restructured following the decision by the government of Antigua and Barbuda to reorganize the airline. Y'all, if you have credits, you can now use them if you wish to travel. If you want an actual refund, you have to wait until.
Where Jade going? To come back here to quarantine for 14 days?
I'll use it if you want it. If you want it, Jade.
No. I want Liat. The same way that I could find fuel money to find money.
They ain't getting money.
I want my thing.
Yeah, the company almost collapsed. They ain't get money from to give.
Better use your credits.
Money, I'm playing in my face like so I won't act up for real.
Jade,
what you gonna do?
Well, I don't think.
You need to book a flight.
What you gonna do when I was on the tarmac?
Where do I need to
Jade, use it next year.
I want my money.
To Antigua Carnival in July.
I'll go for you,
Point.
Oh. But
that's one the car now.
Again,
it's already December.
If you have credits, because a bunch of us bought tickets to travel throughout the Caribbean earlier this year, and COVID cut things in half, and a lot of us issued tickets, credits for the tickets that we purchased. So if you have credits on Liat that you have yet to use, you can now use them to book new flights. If you are seeking a refund, you still have to wait. So, it's not over for you yet, but
before COVID, I was on the verge of booking a flight to Miami and take an Uber, on the verge, like days away.
I had many places to go. I was supposed to be in.
When Timo said,
I was going to Jamaica the same weekend we locked down.
Wow.
So had I set foot on that plane, I would
Bro,
have never come back.
I was going to Germany. Did they when we actually closed the borders here? I was supposed to be in Germany. And I decided about a week before, bye, I mean going away because me and what can happen.
You know what happened?
If I went on that flight this Saturday, the Sunday is when they did the lockdown.
Wow.
I would have just come back.
I know you'd have been in the belly of the beast, boy.
I'm telling you.
People didn't know this
I would have come back a whole world boss. Surrendering my passport and everything. But hey.
Yeah, but I mean, Auntie Dawn listening, she actually made a point that, as much as Liat's going to be flying, outside of returning nationals, we really can't expect much, much intra-regional travel. The quarantine.
You see, Gaston banking on the bubble, yeah?
The bubble.
Banking on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now you put him back on his head for no reason. To fly for a week to come home, everybody.
But he done say, oh, Liat. So, again, bear in mind that the Liat situation and the Liat operating, not even being profitable or anything, is huge for Antiguans. So, he has incentive to ensure that he seems at least to be fighting for Liat. So, big up Uncle Gaston and the cousins.
Them planes going to be going soon, though.
I mean, the demand, I don't think the demand is going to be anything near what makes...
What they need, yeah.
No, but bro, they weren't making money before when there was a demand.
Which is why I said, in a matter of weeks, those players are going to be on the ground again.
Yeah.
Because at some point, you have to say the same in a sense.
Yeah.
And
not only that...
Make it was in Vincent pull out, so you ain't getting more money from Ralph?
No, but not only that, bro. think about this, and this is something that I haven't heard addressed. I know the question has been asked, but I haven't heard an answer. What about the pilots?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if I live in Antigua and I fly to St. Kitts and
You have to overnight.
go overnight and come back, do I quarantine? Can I go home? Like, how does that work? Like, nobody seems to really have an answer to that here. Even pilots here in St. Kitts who have to fly to other places, when they come back, can they go home?
Wow.
like, and I haven't heard an official answer to the question, even though the question has been asked in official, like, public spaces. But nobody seemed to have an answer. Well, at the time, I heard it asked, nobody had an answer. So
It'd be really cool if they might put some quarters on the airport.
people want to see their family.
Then quit your job.
Right?
You can't be up and down in a plane and want to see your family. You can't have both.
Can't have a cake and eat it too.
Can't be eat it. So you either working or you ain't working. And if you're working,
what you could
stay
do,
in the cubicle, we put on the airport for you.
I mean, just like with cake, you know, you get another cake. I guess you could get an airport family.
yeah.
Wait, and where this family eating? Not at Antigua Airport.
Oh Lord!
Antigua's airport is really nice, and I really wish that the Caribbean would invest in,
Nice
upgrading the airports, because Antigua's airport is really, really nice. But the price, the food.
What was the nicest airport?
In the Caribbean?
In the Caribbean?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking OECS?
Well,
Not even
I've
OCS.
been to all of them, but
No, but I think prior to the hurricane, I think Princess Juliana was.
It's a man?
Yeah, I think Princess Juliana did.
Princess
When they
Juliana
upgraded it, and it was really nice.
Next one I've ever been in is Antigua.
Yeah, Antigua is nice.
Well, the Antigua upgrade now is
nice.
pretty nice too.
Very nice.
Of having to pay
Yeah, but it's the food we're running from.
That's why.
Cheap original.
That's how they were able to build a new one.
I will still never never forget when my heart was hurt for buying a patty on the
yeah,
airport.
I have beard hunger.
Where are we up?
How much you pay for that? $60?
And then couldn't eat for 3 days.
20 years or something, you know? It's almost the same
I
thing.
have beard hunger. Just getting to St. Lucia because
You wasn't spending that.
And they don't need you a biscuit on the flight.
Yeah.
The flight ain't long enough for a biscuit.
Bye. The last time I went to Antigua in transit, I went to look for something to eat and I said don't matter. When I reach, I can buy something from the street.
You know what's funny? They also have the audacity to have their Wi-Fi only work
50 minutes.
You're charging me $1,000 to eat, but I can only have 50 minutes
That's
worth
how
of
they
Wi-Fi.
afforded the new airport. That's how they afforded the new airport.
So pick your 15 minutes. If you got a long wait time, do you want your 15 minutes at the start, or you want it right before you're board?
You see, the thing is,
Or
right
in the
before you
middle.
board, you could tell people that you're leaving.
Yeah,
but
before you board is vital.
Yeah, before you board is vital.
Right, so you pick your 15 minutes right before.
I'm going to plane now, we leave in 10 minutes.
If your flight boards at 3, you better start that Wi-Fi at 2:30, so you get your little window to say, hey, you're about to board in a few minutes.
Crazy.
That's why I got I think a T-Mobile chip. Pop that baby in wherever I am, you know. Good to go.
Don't dancing. But yeah, let me see. Who else can we talk about? News from Grenada. There's a doctor and his wife. They have been fined because they broke home quarantine.
Oh, in where?
Grenada.
Oh, wait, speaking of quarantine, before we get too far down this rabbit hole here, I was just talking to Vince.
What did
and
Vince say?
He said that he has a friend who's a pilot, and the friend would have told him in a conversation previous that the pilots don't have to quarantine because they're essential workers.
Where they going?
Yeah.
So
kind of tense.
So if these
we'll try and confirm it.
So if we catch a pilot on vibes, what are we supposed to do? I think they should be confined to a space until their flight, because they don't be delayed over that long.
Vince, what you say? Yeah, but
what I have to do with anything?
But it's circulated here, me by.
But what I have to do with anything?
Not just that. The pilots interact with the plane staff.
The pilots interact with the plane staff. The pilots interact with people.
And the plane staff interact with all 100 passengers.
And then not.
But they interact with the plane.
But it's beyond the passengers and the staff. The pilots have homes. we don't know who in their home. We don't know where they were last night. We don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah.
So hope, I would think if they're in transit
but I got to be rough,
for a day or two, they need to be put somewhere for the day.
When I gone tour.
But folks, Abdius,
your family for like 3 days.
Abdius and Dr. Lars has told us multiple times, we can't cover everything. We just got to try our best.
Yeah.
So there will be loopholes where things might get you, but we just got to deal with it.
And that's the thing too,
my thing is, I just want to know the question. I just wanted the answer to the question.
When you find
so
those
loopholes, so you know how to operate. When you see the badge on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. But that's how it works too. When you do find those loopholes, you address them right away. The loopholes have to be jumped through first sometimes before you find them. But now let's talk.
You know what's gonna happen?
What?
I'll probably go give somebody code and then they're gonna put something in place. Go ahead, Mr. Hanley. You have the floor. Honorable member.
That's how it works, yes. What to say? Is there a way to accept it?
Just start
talking.
And start to talk, yeah.
So
you say thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So Grenada
and then they do this.
Grenada News. Grenada News. A visiting doctor from the US and his wife appeared in court in Grenada because they were fined a total of 10,000 EC dollars for breaching quarantine.
Yes,
Tim McKinney, who is 65, and his wife, Amy Baxter, who is 53, arrived in Grenada on November 1st and were approved for home quarantine. They failed to adhere to the protocols for home quarantine as per the Ministry of Health protocols, and they were arrested and charged.
Of course.
The couple appeared in court and were fined $5,000 each. The fines were paid and they were released. I hope they released right back into quarantine.
Hope they did quarantines by Zoom.
Yeah, because you got to possibly expose.
They bring them in a big bread bag. Yeah, I want a reason why, eh?
What? People just crave reason why?
Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
But imagine, right? You see how selfish people could be? You are a doctor, so you understand fully the risk.
That's what's going on, you know. I say if a doctor and his wife can knowingly put people in harm's way, why do we feel the average man gonna come safely and responsibly? It's not going to happen.
Because a medical doctor
14
is not doing
14 days. It's not going to happen.
But y'all think our population is so trustworthy that the same population that were receiving copious amounts of fines for not staying in their houses during the lockdown are the same population.
5G
this
thing in the water, so that.
The same population that were, that racked up almost $1 million in fines during the lockdown because they couldn't stay in their houses. The same population you trust to stay inside if they have corona?
I think if they have corona, if they're in quarantine 14 days, they could be corona free.
Yeah, but you need to.
But they're going to feel that they're corona free because they ain't got symptoms.
They ain't got symptoms.
And they're going to value mart and shop.
And then try to justify it.
And touch all the things on the shelf.
What's supposed to eat? Then they're going to pick up the things to spin it round and then put it back, and then somebody else going to grab it and put it in the cart.
Superintendent Henry and Brandy and Timothy, if you all are listening, do not let anybody come here and self no quarantine. Without supervision. Do not let it happen.
14 days.
We're going dead. I don't hear.
That's a very
Cameron's only got 15 beds.
No, but
hey, stay home here. I can't.
Cameron's it's the last leg.
I want to break it.
Don't. Let's just get to the end, please.
Let's get to the end, my.
I know they're so fed up, right? Like you.
Until that white unmarked plane land with the vials.
Like the t-shirt.
In the coolers.
To answer J2D's question,
Jade?
I don't know.
Salty.
Jade?
J2D is asking if the St. Kitts Nevis government is paying for each empty seat on the planes that are coming in. I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
You mean for Liat?
For Liat.
Yeah.
For
No
regarding
way.
Liat.
No way.
I don't know. But
no way.
Only for America. And British.
J2D is saying the doctor can make more educated decision to mitigate the risk. No.
What kind of ridiculous?
No.
Okay.
Doctors also tell you about your lung health and then they pause to have smoke breaks outside.
Ooh.
Doctors tell you eat healthy and then go and have burgers.
Ooh.
Like, why y'all going? Why J2D? Does that?
That does not make sense.
Because he's
doctors,
a doctor,
they advise you, but that doesn't mean that they follow it.
Like, come on.
lawyers, tell you to stay out of trouble and all sorts of things, but lawyers also do get in trouble.
Yeah, and then police, and then it wasn't about the police.
Police officers.
I mean, in other places other than St. Kitts. Remember the story we read last week? Police locked up for breaking the law and then smuggling
drugs.
$500 million in cocaine.
Yeah, no,
you're cutting into the market.
That's not how it works.
Good business.
So,
good
like
business.
Witty Kitty saying, quarantine mean quarantine.
Yes, sir.
I just want to make it very clear that I don't mean the police in St. Kitts.
14 days.
I want to make it very clear. I'm talking about where was Tatola?
Yeah, everything was Tatola.
The Tatola police who smuggling $700 or something billion in cocaine, street value.
Liquid.
I don't have many thinkers because our police are ethical. No, it was cocaine. The liquid was on the boat.
Yeah, it was on the boat.
Yeah. Oh, the police in St. Kitts are ethical and moral.
Let me read what Axman said. So Axman on YouTube said quarantine him in an old cistern.
You talking about the same doctor? You got me in there.
Wow.
In a cistern?
Someone else is saying some doctors feel they're invincible and they'll take the risks they tell the public not to take. But that's the thing. Everybody, it's your profession to do something, but you don't. Lawyers need lawyers too. Doctors also need doctors too.
Mechanics drive the worst cars and barbers have the worst haircuts.
Exactly. That's how it works. Such is that. But
we're leaving,
and I will do Jade's conspiracy theorist topic tomorrow because we don't have any more time.
Don't do that. Don't make it sound like it's me. I went to write the news article, okay?
Nobody you put in there?
Yeah.
But I put everything in there.
Including that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it aligns with your ideology. So it's yours.
This is interesting.
Time to go home. But so tomorrow get the photos so we could put it up on the live so people could see what nonsense I'm talking about at the time. It's the end. Time to go home.
Yeah, we're leaving. So y'all have a great day. Tomorrow is Friday, which means party start. Party start. For people who just party, we don't do that anymore. We just home and eat grapes and read our Bible. Amen. Amen.
Here.
Anyway, you'll see us and hear us tomorrow again on Win Media 98.9. Still locked to this lovely station. And we're going to leave you with these very important words from the Honorable Member for number 1, the Honorable Kevon Amali. Remember, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Remember, you can't be everybody cup of tea because you're not an MUG. Goodbye.